Why don't he marry me, you ask? And I say to you, especially you women, why should he? My mother told me, why should he buy the cow if he can get the milk for free? And I was like, She said, why would he buy the cow when he can get the milk for free? That left an indelible impression upon my mind, and I pondered that all the days of my relationships, entering and exiting relationships. Why won't he marry me? It took me a long time to answer that question for myself, as I suppose it will many of you out there as well. But I did get it answered finally. It was after going in and out of relationships for a period of 39 years, and that didn't mean 39 years, but I was 39 years of age when I finally got it, when the light finally went off in my head of what I was doing that was not getting me what I wanted, of the mistakes that I was making early on in the relationship. And I'm here to tell you and to encourage you and to just give you a little feedback and hopefully some encouragement and some words of wisdom that you can use as you're out there if you're single and wondering why he will not marry you. Ladies, after searching my soul and after having failed relationships, and I say failed in the sense of not accomplishing what I wanted, which was to be a married family woman, to be somebody's wife, their spouse, and their partner for life, I came upon this conclusion at the age of 39, after I had, as I said, been in what I call poor relationships, not because the men were of poor quality, because they were all good and decent men. It was just that our communication was off. What we wanted was completely different, in the sense of I always wanted marriage, and they may have just wanted a booty call. But yet and still, we carried on the relationship as if we were headed toward the altar, but we never got there. Then I began to realize, if it's going to change, I was going to have to change the way I entered into these relationships. I was going to have to change my expectations. And I was going to have to state my expectations up front. And I was going to have to stick to my guns. In other words, whatever my prescribed desires were, I needed to stick to them no matter what. And that was what I learned to do. And also, I needed to value myself highly. I needed to respect the woman that I was and respect my self-worth and what I brought to the relationship. To know that what I brought to the relationship was equally as valuable as what he was bringing to the relationship. So I learned to value myself as a woman. I learned to value my life experiences, skills, and expertise. I learned to speak up for myself. And I learned that I deserved it, I was worth it, and that any man that was fortunate enough to have me in his life was the person who was the recipient of the gift. Because I recognize that I am the gift in the relationship. But I had not been treating myself as though I was the gift. I had been giving the gift away without any real consequences, and certainly without any real requirements for giving this gift away to these individuals. So after learning that, I set about and decided for myself I would no longer enter into relationships without terms, without requirements, and without expectations. And I would state these things as a matter of factly when we first started dating. That way the guy would have in other words, he'd know where I stood, and he wouldn't look at me and think, oh, she's just saying this, but she's just like all the other women. No, he needed to look at me uniquely and differently and recognize what a wonderful human being I am. And not only that, what a great gift it would be to have me as his spouse. And when I did that, and I did do that in my relationship that I'm currently in, my marriage, I let him know from day one, I am not sleeping with any man unless he's my husband. I have no intention of dating anyone or doing anything outside of the lines of what I felt to be comfortable with or what I felt to be, in my experience, spiritually and godly. And if you're not willing to honor those things, we cannot be in a relationship at all. And I'm okay with that because I recognize that I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. And I tell you, ladies, as you're out there entering and exiting relationships, here's what I have found is that you are more likely to benefit from sharing and being honest up front than you are when you go further into the relationship. And plus, it's just like investing in anything. The greatest losses occur the longer you hold it. The greater losses occur the longer you stay in the relationship. So if you got anything to lose it up front. It'll be a whole lot less to clean up. Bless you and have an excellent week.